and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi-ho. Ha ha ha.
Wow, he's something, isn't he?
Oh yes, he is. Hey guys, this is Boris from JB Collectibles, and today we'll delve into the origins of Chucky and the whole cool doll coming to life concept, along with a review of my prop replica. So stick around.
Hi, I like to be hugged.
Have you guys ever wondered where all those dolls coming to life ideas come from? Well, I have, and I'm about to show you. Well, at least I'm going to try, if you want to keep watching, that is.
The iconic child's play concept.
Have you ever had that eerie feeling that something or someone was watching you? Maybe an inanimate object or something like that? Well, I hope not. If that's the case, you aren't the only one. In Key West, many have not only experienced that feeling, but have also witnessed it when they were living along with the famous toy Robert the Doll. You heard that right. The story of Robert the Doll dates back to the early 1900s when a young boy named Eugene Robert Otto was given a one-of-a-kind handmade doll by a servant that worked or used to work for his parents and was supposedly mistreated by them, and to punish them, it is believed that she cursed the doll with voodoo and black magic. The little kid, or Eugene, named the doll Robert and quickly apparently became attached to it. Now, again, apparently this 10-year-old kid used to find Robert the doll sitting at the end of his bed, staring at him, among other things, such as running from one side to the other, moving things around the house, etc. Freaky stuff, huh? Eugene died in 1974, and after him, more kids who lived in the same house and found the doll also complained that Robert wanted to hurt them and had moved things around the house. As if that wasn't scary enough, the directors of the movie The Conjuring based their Annabelle doll character in the real-deal Raggedy Doll. You might have heard of the Raggedy Ann doll from paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who found a possessed Raggedy Doll. And just for the ones that don't know exactly what this doll is or come from, well, a Raggedy Ann was a character created and introduced to the public in 1918 by the American writer Johnny Gruelle, and that appear in a series of books he wrote and illustrated for young children. Raggedy Ann is a rag doll with red yarn for hair and a triangle nose. According to Ed and Lorraine, the doll was given to a student nurse in 1970 who told them that a psychic medium told her the doll was inhabited by the spirit of a deceased girl named Annabelle. Thus, the idea for the movie The Conjuring, as you already know, it was at this point that the Warrens moved the doll to their museum after pronouncing it demonically possessed. The doll remains in a glass box at the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. The rest is history, as you already know. There's a movie based on this doll, so go watch it if you haven't so already. The idea of child's play in Chucky not only comes from the paranormal aforementioned stories, but also from an array of vintage toy looks and animatronics, such as 1976, That Kid, 1985, Teddy Ruxpin.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends?
Yeah.
I really enjoy talking to people.
1987,
It's
Corky.
okay. There's a special place I can go to get better. It's called Corky's Care Center. Is
Quite
that
freaky,
great
huh?
or what?
And last but not least, 1985, My Buddy, who was the main basic inspiration for Charles Lee Ray, aka Chucky.
Good guys say 3 different sentences. We even turn our heads and blink our eyes when you talk to us. Right, Oscar?
Hi, I'm Oscar, and I'm your friend to the end.
Child's Play is a 1988 American horror film directed and co-written by Tom Holland and produced by David Kishner, and it is a story created by the one and only Don Manzini. The plot, well, I'm not going to spoil it for the new generation, so I'm just going to go straight to the facts that it is indeed an awesome horror classic. So if you haven't watched it, what are you waiting for? I must confess, yes, I really wanted this doll ever since I first watched the movie, so go figure. And yes, I was Andy Barclay's age back then too. And yes, I also have to confess that, yeah, I was one of those little freaky kids that wanted Chucky as a best friend, even after watching the movie. So go figure. You know, I love the animatronics. What can I say? So, let's see what's inside. I'm very nervous, but this is really cool. I can't believe I actually have it right now. Awesome. Alright guys, I have to say that by the time I was in the search of my Chucky prop replica doll, the Trick or Treat Studios versions of the doll were not on the market yet or being mass producing. So luckily I found something I liked in terms of details and budget. There are a couple of artists in the market who would definitely hand make your doll, but I was especially dragged into a Mexican artist who happened to be selling the one I wanted back then. Not to say I wouldn't own one made by other recognized Chucky artists in the market in the near future, of course. Okay, let's cut to the chase. I found this Chucky handmade prop replica doll that lasted approximately 4 months to be created. Got my sample pics in the process, as you can see, and at last, I got it. Okay, let's unpack the kid. To be honest guys, I thought he was gonna be smaller, but here he was, quite big I gotta say. Oh, wow. This is really nice, beautiful. I can tell the specificity of details evoke emotions, slightly beautiful, but at the same time completely revolting. I love it. So far, I'm happy. Now I ordered it with long hair, so I'd have the chance to cut it myself and give him a similar screen accurate style, if you know what I mean. And I did. Aforementioned, there's an array of Chucky dolls in the market, such as the Mr. Zima handmade ones, or the mass-produced Trick or Treat. But mine not only was affordable, but very worth paying, handmade, and detail as well. So I thought, why not? So I waited and waited and waited till it was finally done. With that being said, this happened to be my first doll, so I'm quite happy with the results.
Heidi ho!
Alright, so I'm gonna start from the bottom to the top. So let's start with the shoes. There were like 3 kind of materials I had to choose from, and I opted for the rubber kind. I had the option of having a harder material though, and leather shoes, but I decided it would be easier to take them off and off when necessary, as you can see here. There you go. Okay, as you can see here, the paint job on the shoes is a bit sloppy, I gotta say, and it needs a bit more detail, but they are spot on the size and looks as the props from the movie. They are removable, as I showed you, and it also has socks underneath them. I love the laces though, see? Because it keeps its natural Chucky Good Guys logo, and they're screen accurate, so cool, that's what I like. Alright, I gotta say I'm very meticulous when it comes to proportions and details, so the more it looks like the original, screen accurate, the better to me. Okay, proportion wise, this doll is aforementioned pretty close to the prop replica, and that's great. Alright, moving on, the cuffs are real sweater, as well as the shirt or sweater, and the patterns are as accurate as I want them to be, as you can see here. Look. Alright, Chucky's body stands like around 68 centimeters, which is about or approximately 26.7 inches, and it is a plush body doll, as you can see, because that's how I wanted it to be, as opposed to having that posable version that personally I thought would lose proportions. And since many people are complaining about the Tots replicas because the doll's armpits are tearing up when you try to lift them up or their arms up, well, go figure. My goal is probably to own one in the future, and then I'll let you know in due time, you know, what's happening with those dolls. Alright, moving on. The coveralls or the overalls are accurately the same color, and they're real corduroy, as you can see. That's cool. And it also has the correct and accurate markings on it, such as the cowboy boots, look, the tools, well, etc. These prints are spot on the details with the ones that they'll use in the movie. That's cool. The logo on its front pocket is centered, and it has the right size, correct color, and letter font, which is what some people complain about when it comes to this particular feature or detail. The stitching is well detailed and screen accurate as well, and that also goes to the 2 buttons on the sides, as you can see here, that you can actually unbutton as such. Let me see. Okay, see? I really like that fact. Because I've seen some Velcro instead of buttons in some models, but anyways. And also, I can tell that the clothes fit perfectly on the doll, so that's another point there. Hand size and shape are great. You can see it has some nails, and they're made out of a very hard resin, as well as the face and feet. You know, they're posable clockwise, meaning you can just, you know, turn them one way or the other. That's cool. The hair. Alright, the hair is quite similar in color to the one in the movie, but I cut it myself since I wanted to give it the right length based on my own perception from the one in the movie. So as you can see, it came with long hair because that's how I asked the artist to leave it, and then I cut it, having, you know, the result I wanted. The face. Well, I picked the amount of blush on my Chucky's face and skin to give it a little bit more of a flesh tone, not to be that pale, because the artist gave me an option I didn't go with the first time, so this was the end result, and I'm pretty happy with it. Same as the eyes. I chose to have eyelids on them to give it a little bit more of a natural, freaky look. Well, Chucky is still freaky though, you know, because that is the reason why I got it in the first place, but you know what I mean. The doll has glassed eyes. I think the eyes are a big part of the doll details. Again, I had the option to have the plastic looking eyes, but I opted for these, which I think are awesome. And as long as I like them, yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think I'm missing anything as far as details on my doll. Oh, well, maybe. Let's look at the back.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Nope. I don't have the battery box. I opted not to have it because it was going to be a little bit more expensive, but no, I don't need it. I do want the voice box though, with the 3 or 4 famous phrases that he uttered. So anyways, in due time, if you guys know about someone that is selling them, please let me know, because I like to do this.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho! Ha ha ha!
Yeah, whatever you say, Chucky. All I have to say is I'm really proud and I'm happy with the results. Not to mention that I use it for my other hobby, which is photography, and I'm really happy how my pictures turned out to be with this doll. Besides, I had the chance to receive a nice compliment from no other than the big guy and creator of Chucky himself, Mr. Don Manzini. And if he finds it screen accurate and liked it, so then I guess I'm in the right place with this guy right here. And I can say I am well served. Thanks, Mr. Don Manzini. I'll take care of your kid. Thank you, Carla Peralta, for your artwork. And thank you, all of you, for watching, whether you like it or not. Thank you. Okay, I'll see you next time. Stick around with more JB Collectibles.
Heidi ho! Ha ha ha!
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.